The depths of the developing worries and annoyances of Mrs. Lewis about Duncan's romantic decisions are explored in chapter 1606. Even if she disagrees, she feels powerless to change Duncan's mind about his romantic life. Mrs. Lewis expresses her displeasure with Duncan's choice for liberty, a divorcee with a child, in an open discussion with her husband, Derek. She compares Lily to Liberty, believing Lily to be a better match for her son. Duncan's decision baffles Mrs. Lewis, who accuses her husband of indulging their son and enabling him to make these strange decisions. Derek makes an effort to reassure his wife by assuring her that Duncan is an adult now and has the freedom to select his own partner. He cautions her against interfering in their son's personal matters, pointing out that doing so will simply make Duncan resentful of the person he is forced to date. Duncan's obsession with liberty worries Mrs. Lewis the most because she worries that it could turn into a committed relationship. In order to keep Liberty away from Duncan, she reveals that she had previously met with her in an effort to convince her to leave Willsford. Additionally, Mrs. Lewis considers giving Liberty a financial incentive to leave, underscoring how much she opposes their possible union. Derek warns his wife against making extreme decisions that would hurt their friendship with the Yorks, who support Liberty and are close to Duncan. The Yorks are Liberty's supporters. He advises her to see how Duncan's pursuit of Liberty plays out, implying that her son might eventually grow out of this obsession. But Mrs. Lewis is clear that she doesn't like the relationship and wants to stop it from getting any better. She decides on the spur of the moment to meet Liberty and discuss her worries with her. Mrs. Lewis is determined to express her concerns to Liberty, despite Derek's efforts to talk her out of it. The Lewis family is experiencing issues as a result of Duncan's amorous decisions, which are highlighted in this chapter. Duncan's independence and wants are at odds with the maternal worries of Mrs. Lewis, causing a schism in the family. The difficulties that develop when individual tastes do not line up with parental expectations are best illustrated by the divergent viewpoints on love and relationships between parents and adult offspring. The chapter also highlights the generational divide and the quest for power and influence, while illuminating the complexity of family dynamics. The desperate attempts of Mrs. Lewis to control her son's romantic life and her contempt for Liberty's upbringing give her character and the story of the family as a whole more complexity. We might foresee how the actions of Mrs. Lewis might affect Duncan's developing friendship with Liberty and the larger tensions within the Lewis and York families as the story develops.